Alright, from our previous video, we were able to generate this particular image, which is still raw and unusable at this moment. So what we have to do next is, since we have gotten the image, which is this over here, you can see that the size is 1.7 megabytes and the dimension is 100 and 110 23 24 pixels. So we open it, it has a background which is, and it also looks nice, but for a good print on demand image, it has to have a transparent background so that it can really fit well on the image itself, on the cloth itself. Although some print on demand have a background, but for this purpose we don't want that to happen, and also this icon has to be removed. So one way to process this image is to use the I love image platform. So the first thing we need to do is to remove the background. So we'll search for a remove background. You can use the popular one, which is remove background.pg, or you can use this also. The reason why I like this is because the downloadable file, this particular one, the downloadable file is much more larger in dimension. This breaks it down really to like 500 by 500 dimension, but this can give you almost high quality. So we'll simply just throw in our image into this. So when we throw it in, we should see like a preview on how the image will come out when the background is taken out. So that is what we'll see in a few seconds from now or minutes from now. Let's be patient as this loads. So it is done, and this is what it gave us. Personally, I don't like this. I don't really like this, so I won't use this. So these are some of the challenges you may face when dealing with some of these tools. So if it's giving you something like this that you do not like, it is best you leave it and then go to the popular one, which is much more smarter in its ability to erase background, and you also have a control of keeping what you like or removing what you don't like. The only thing here is that the image might be compressed a lot, but we have a fix for that. So let's say for example now that we have placed it here now and it's removing the background. This is worse than I thought, but let's restore something. So for me, I like this text, the smart inverter. I like all this stuff, so I want to restore them. So these are some of the processes. Thank God this is actually happening, because we get to see some of the challenges you face and how to recover from them. So most of this stuff that are in the middle is something that I want to keep. So I think we have managed to select all that we want. So let's leave it to process and give us some. This is really bad. Let's see what it gives us now. I'm really disappointed in this system. Let's download this for now. Let's keep it. So this is something about the preview is very low. Let's see if we can use this in another system. Let's find something else that can work for us. So if you have a good image um, background remover, you can use those ones. Most important thing is to find a kind of a result that makes sense to you. So most of the results I'm getting are not making sense, so I'm trying my best to get it to make sense. This is also very bad. You know what? I think we have done enough already. I think we have done enough. Let's use this as it is here. So let's use this particular output that we got. So once you get your output the way you like it, the next thing you will do is to try to go to your T Public, which is one of the most popular print on demand platforms out there. So once you just simply create an account, it shouldn't take you that much. So once you create an account, you should have something similar to this. So you just simply go to your account and you go to view my store. If for most of you it will be empty, so that just to show you that okay, you can design your store and do stuff. So this video is not about showing you how to design your store. You can do that the way you want it or anyhow you want it. The most important thing is for you to upload your art. So this is where you upload your art. So we to bring out these two options for you, so you can add a single file or you can add multiple files. So in this case we only have one picture, we're only going to add one single file. Now you will notice that their dimensions are required. So the minimum you can have is 1500 pixels by 1995 pixels, and I think you can also have as large as 5000 pixels by 5500 pixels. But you will notice, but when you check our images that we have our images 500 by 500, so that's a big problem. Some people advise you to use image upscalers, like most of these image upscalers like this. They might be good, but what you notice that sometimes when you run it through these systems, it over processes your image, that the image looks out of place. So instead of going through this process, and again most of these tools that are expensive, here we're trying to find a way to get something really done very very fast and cheap without and free, completely free. So we will not like to use most of these tools that require you to pay or limit what you can do with their system. And it's actually very hard to upscale to the point that you will have some image as large as this from a 500 pixels image. You have to upscale like 10 times or something like that for you to get to that point. So the question now is, what do we do instead to be able to get to that resolution? So what you do is to use image resizer. So I think I love IMG, has one of the best out there. So you can see it's something that I use a lot. So it's called image resizer. So you simply put this image inside here. So once it gets here, it tells you the current pixels or dimension. It uses 500 pixels by 500 pixels. So here we can choose almost any value. You can go as crazy as possible. Remember, this says that is the minimum that it needs, but you can also upload as something as large as this. Now we can actually go as high as making it as large as 500 pixels. So let's add them 6 in the middle of here, and you will see that it has been upgraded to this. And this is you can do this as multiple times as possible. There's no limitation. So we all scaled it or resized it to be as large as this, 5600 pixels by 5600 pixels. So you can click on the download button, or you can leave it to do by itself. So now you can see our image now is very large, 32 megabytes. I'll show you the comparison between the two. So our previous image is 44 kilobytes, our new image is 13 megabytes, and the size now is 5600 pixels by 5600 pixels. The previous one is 500 pixels. So this is the new one we have now. So which is, I think it's okay. So the next step now is to go back to this and upload our image. Just so we'll leave it to upload. I should have shown you what the message that to be reported if you use anything less than this 1500 pixels. We should just tell you that you can accept the file because it's too small. So this is one way for it to resize it so that it can become large enough to be used by these tools or this platform. So give it a bit of time to upload. We're almost done with this. So it's processing it now. So once it's done, you should be able to have access to okay, now this is our image. It looks very bad on. This is why I want. Anyway, we can scale it up. This does not look good at all. Okay, so if you are facing this and this is the issue you are facing, let's go and correct it now because we have like free control on what to do and different things. We can give an extra instruction to ChatGPT and say, make sure it can have a transparent background. So let's just give it so it can be able to generate for us um, prompts that can easily create this kind of thing. So I think I like what is happening now because it gives us the ability to go front and back and you see for yourself how an imperfect situation can be made perfect. So we'll take this again and run it through the system and wait for it to give us a result. Remember, you have the ability to tweak all these values here. You can tweak the style and the rest of it. So now this is much more better. This is much more better. This you can work with this for what you are trying to accomplish. So let's download this now. Let's download this. So I think this is exactly what we are looking for. Now we can take this now to remove background. I love image. I think the results from this should be more convincing than what we had initially. So we'll simply pass this to the system and hopefully we get something that comes out really nice. So you just give it, okay, nice. So why does it keep removing this text? The system is really making me angry now. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Anyway, frustration of AI. But this is something that you have to deal with on a much more realistic terms. Your day-to-day dealings with this kind of things. So let's cross our fingers and hope that the results that we'll get now should make sense because most of what I'm seeing here has been no, please don't do this to me. What is going on? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's download this. I think now we are on the right track now. So perfect. So we have our image. This is nice, very nice. So let's do something first. Let's try and upscale. Let's try and upscale, and then let's try and upscale this image, and then we resize it. This is what I'm talking about. So it almost destroys our image. This is what I don't really like about most of these upscaling tools. They destroy the image. You can try another one like this. Let's see how this will come out. So the goal here is for us to use free tools as much as possible. So I think I like what I'm seeing from this. So let's download this. Okay, let's download this. I think we have done enough with this already, so let's just work with this. So once we have this down, the next step is for us to resize it. So let's resize, and then let's take it as large as this. That has a lot. Is it 56? Okay, this is better. So let's resize. So giving it a bit of time, we should have our results, which will download automatically by itself. So there we have it. So you have a 12.9 megabytes picture. So we have it now. So this is our image. Now, taking this image now, we'll go to our T Republic. We'll replace it with this. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. Let's go back and re-upload. So this is very nice that we went through that hiccups, because with that now, if you yourself run into something similar, you know exactly what to do to fix that issue. Because most times when we create courses on this or shoot tutorials on this, we most times are tempted to make sure that things go as perfectly as possible without considering those edge cases that might come up in the process. And it is nice that you yourself, you are able to witness how to resolve those issues instead of just giving up or doing something that will lead to a bad result or something like that. So these edge cases of experience is very, very important in the process, because you will definitely encounter them in the process of creating images like this. Sometimes images will not come out right, or this will happen, that will happen. So this helps you to know what exactly to do to be able to get things to look good. So our image has been entered. So this is it, and it's looking really, really, really good. So now here you just have to fill up information. So one thing I usually do is that, in fact, this is what we should have done initially. We should have made some kind of market research to see what is out there already, what are people doing, how does it look like, what are the designs that are out there. So this is some of the designs that you are going to go up against, even in terms of this keyword stock. So we can even put, so this one, see this design somebody made, so you just have it there. So you can just check out the competition and see what is out there and what people are making. So we have this. So let's name our t-shirt stock markets, because I think that would be much more appropriate. So we'll name it stock market. We'll just make sure we pick a tag, main tag of that is stock market. Also you can put t-shirts to about, so anything you want to put here, you can put here about the stock market. So that's it. Then you can come here. What I usually do, one step you can follow is to, I think, no, if you have access to tools, you can find tags that is less competitive and can be more profitable. But since we don't have all those stuff, because newsflash, we are broke, we can simply go to this individual stocks, especially these ones that are topping the search list. Any of the design that makes it to the first page of any keyword, yeah, definitely sure that you're going to make something out of it. You can simply go down to this place and you can see some of the what do you call it, tags that this person is using. So you can, copy them. You can copy them somewhere like this, place them on a list. Let's say new, just put them here. Good. You can also try copying this also and then putting them. So what the goal here is for you to take them and use them in your own tags. Let's make sure that we've got everything right. Okay, I think everything is looking good. So let's break this into pieces. Let's break this into pieces. Investor. You notice that it's jam packing so many things together. So we just have to go through the painstaking process of taking out what those things that have joined together. So Wall Street, okay, I think this is it. So now these are tags that we are going to be using. So we'll go back to our listing and then we'll take each of the tag one after the other and add them to, so take stock, add it here. We'll take trader, add it here. I think the maximum you can go is 15, so you have to make sure that you don't go beyond that, although it will limit you once you get to that point. So just add as much as you can add, whatever keyword you find that will help you to rank better on T-Public, you should use. So if you notice, I'm trying to use keywords that were suggested by T-Public that buyers also search for them, because my calculation is that since buyers are searching for them, it means that it's something that we want to rank on or something like that. So we'll just add everything here and the goal is just to add as much as possible, as much relevant tags as possible for us to rank better. So this is how you go through the process of adding the stocks, the tags and the rest of them until you hit the limit. Let me put this here. And I think let me add one more before we stop. So let's just stop at here so that we don't waste so much time talking about this. So we have added as our tags. You can decide to create like a kind of an album. So since now this album here matches, I can just put it under this, and then we'll select no. So here you can define your default color. So this color is the color that when someone opens up this listing, they see it immediately. So you have to make sure that the color you're using makes sense. Me personally, I like black, so I will just go with black. And I think black brings out the color a bit better. You can test different colors to see how they fit in. So you can see how they look on the design. You can try this. So let's just stick with black first, so that once a person comes in, this is what he or she sees. So you do the same thing for this also. You can select if you want it to also appear on the front and also on the back, so depending on what you want. So I'm going to leave it at the front only. Let's make it front and back. So this is how it will look like on the back, this is how it looks like on the front. So I think on the back we can make it smaller, just for aesthetic. Take it up a bit. So just do what you want to do. So this side looks like the front, this side looks like on the back. So you can decide to choose whether you want it to be only available for light colors or dark colors, or all the colors. So I just pick all the colors because I think the design can fit in almost anything. So this is also other places where your designs will pop up. So you can select the ones that you want and the ones you don't want. So you can select I have read the conditions, and then you publish. The good part of this is that publishing is almost instantaneous. So your design is here already. So this is your design, and it's up for sale. So you can see that in your listing. So this is it in your listing. So the hardest part of this, to be very honest with you, is not really creating the design, although creating the designs gives you access, but the hardest part is making sales and creating print on demand designs for things that are in demand. So that's where most times you will need to find how to make research or watch tutorials on how to get profitable niche that you can create design on. But the good part of it is once you're able to solve that aspect of finding profitable niche, then you have unlimited access to create as many designs as possible. I don't know if I can show you some of my other designs. So this is one design I created, and this was the prompt that I was given to it. So very, very nice design and the rest of it. So, and this for the Black Friday. So as long as you find a profitable niche, designs that you can create is not a problem. Just solve that issue of finding a profitable niche, and then you can create designs around it. So that's for this. So in the next video I will talk about other kinds of things you can use these newfound skills to venture into. So see you over there.